Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's continue with the 3 months prediction reading. Today, later during this day, I'm going to make a post on the community section about the new series that is going to start next week. So I would appreciate if you can see it, that if you can actually help me with your recommendations, that I always find them useful. Please be fair in the sense of not always asking the same groups. Like, try to bring a bit more of diversity, in the sense of probably more girl groups, or you know just keep it interesting. Let's see other groups energy, not always the main ones, because I could choose them myself, but I would also want to keep into consideration your ideas, because you had helped me a lot. So please, I want to see new groups, but nevertheless, let's continue with the reading. Today it's ATEEZ leader turn, Honjun. This reading is for him. So let's start with the tarot cards that he got. He got the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. And the card that he got from the Oracle of Healing Yourself is Sadness. So, yeah, when I saw this card of Sadness, I was like, because this is not the first time that I read for Honjun, and I always feel him. When I connect with his energy, I feel him, whether he is stressed about something, or he is overthinking, or he is like his energy is a bit down. So I don't know what's going on with that. But since I started reading for him, I think that he is one of those leaders that you can feel the weight on their shoulders, the weight of the responsibility of being a leader. And I think that this sensation deepens a lot, because probably he does have a way of not wanting to share this burden with all the rest, or probably he tries to avoid asking for help, because he wants to fix it himself. So he is a bit like he's hard on himself, because he doesn't know how to I sense that he usually works alone. I don't know why, but and this is what differentiates him, at least from my perspective, from my point of view, from my intuition. This is what sets him apart from the other group's leaders. I think that there are leaders that I sense that are quite childish, actually, to be honest, especially the ones that you think like, oh, he is the leader, oh well, he is very childlike. And actually, because they are a bit like free spirit, then the group has to be ready to jump into the occasion to contribute to the harmony of the group, and I think that that's also been a good leader. Sometimes when you don't, like, it doesn't mean that you don't take seriously the role, but when you like probably take it too seriously, it becomes a burden, because you're always like focusing on yourself, and you're always focusing on, oh, what the others are going to say. I have to remain strong, I have to remain positive, I have to be on time, I have to there's no room for mistakes here, so there's a lot of pressure when your mentality is like this. But probably when you are a bit more carefree, and when you are a bit more like, yes, you are the leader, but nevertheless you are still one of them. So you know you are willing to take everyone's point of view and recommendations, and and this also makes the group interact with the dynamic of the group, because if you're always the responsible one, then the others will get comfortable with thinking like, oh yes, he's the leader, he's got everything under control, so we don't have to worry, he will get things done, or he will be there, or he will do things amazingly, so even though this is a sign of trust, of course, it's a bit hard to keep up. And I think that this is what's happening with Honjun. And actually, I don't think that, because I read for him before, and I don't think that this is the first time, and I don't think that this is about the other members not helping, because I think that they do help, they do get involved a lot, but this is about him not letting his emotions show. And he is a Scorpio, so he does have a lot of emotions. So I don't know how he deals with frustration, or with with the card here of sadness. Definitely there's a sadness here, and I don't understand, I don't know why. But the card of sadness is also very, very meaningful, because it's not just to point out that you are sad, that you are feeling sad, that you are feeling sadness. It's more about you contemplating that you are a human being and that you are feeling. I'm sorry that I'm starting from the oracle card first, but I think that I saw this card of sadness, and I think that it's a very deeper message, and it talks about him owning his emotions. That it's okay to feel tired, that it's okay to not feel 100% satisfied, that maybe I think that he has high standards for the group. He wants the group to do well. Probably he had been holding on to this feeling for a while and trying not to show it, and also let's remember that he is a moon in Gemini. So, moon in Gemini are not really good at expressing emotions. They probably talk a lot, they are sociable, but they do not go that deep. So it's an interesting mix, that him being a Scorpio, being very intense, and him having a moon in an earth sign um, that yes, allows him to connect with the power of creation. And probably he's really good at creating, he's really good at at words, at writing lyrics, at composing, at expressing to a certain extent how he feels through words or through writing. But I think that he needs more. He needs more activities that can connect him to him feeling. I think that he's running away from feeling. So he definitely needs to connect with this. But I definitely sense that there's a lot of activity here. So I understand why he keeps postponing these moments of feeling a bit empty, or feeling a bit like he cannot fully enjoy what's going on, because he's a bit worried sometimes. He does worry a lot. This is something that also, because he's a moon in Gemini, probably he's all constantly thinking about, he cannot stop thinking and overthinking about and worrying about small details. So yes, because we have the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords with the Five of Cups. So definitely, he goes through mood swings. He goes through feeling really positive and feeling really connected with action, and then all of a sudden he starts to worry. He worries, what if something bad happens? What if we don't complete this? He worries a lot. There's And I don't know what's going on with the group or what's going on with the management, because he does feel like he doesn't have any stability, and this is why probably he's the one that has to take the role of the one that is like try to keep everything together, and I don't mean it just to say that he does this because this is not about the other members. This is about the world of the grown-ups, the world of adults. And somehow I have the feeling that when it comes to the company, probably they are not very adult and responsible people, because I see him like really worrying, like for small details, of course. He worries for small details. But he's like he's always thinking about the past, oh, we could have done better, we could have done this, we should have like complete more, but at the same time I think that these disappointments, probably he had a few goals that he wanted to achieve in the past, and they didn't happen that way. So, but I have a lot of ones here. So it means that even though he is disappointed and he can be a bit sad because of the results of these years, I don't know, comebacks or projects, at the same time, he will use this as a fuel to start over and start a new project, because I see a lot of ones here. So if you think that because he's feeling sensitive and sad, it's going to stop him from reaching his goal and the group's goal, you are totally wrong. This is why I always mention, like, even though the cards can seem very like the message can seem a bit like sad and a bit down and a bit like, oh, he's feeling like this, nevertheless I have a lot of ones here from the start and to end the part of where the spread ends. So definitely he's telling me that he's very resilient person, that yes, probably he is a bit disappointed in himself, or probably he blames himself, or probably he wished he could have done more for the group. And yes, he feels sad because he did have he's human, and probably he did have a lot of confidence in the beginning, because we are starting with the Ace of Wands. So he felt really confident with about the group, and about their work, and about the way they do things, and probably because they did get a lot of recognition. But all of the sudden, they went through a period where actually it seemed like they had to start from scratch, from zero again. Um, so I don't know if it involves them not winning kingdom, and everything. But there's disappointment. But nevertheless, he will use this as motivation to do better in the future. And probably if you are a fan, I mean, I am a fan of ATEEZ, and I wonder, like, what do you mean doing better if you have been doing great, actually? But I think that it's own his own nature that actually puts this label, that it seems a bit dramatic, but actually this is how he feels. He feels like he feels disappointed in the results of the last projects that they had, and he probably wanted to rank higher. I don't know, there's something that he wanted, and he's not going to get, he didn't get it, because these cards that represent sadness are very like far away from the ones that talk about the future. So this is probably something that he had been transiting or feeling in the last months. But now his energy is starting to rise up again. So with the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands, definitely there's going to be a very fast change of plans when it comes to their work, when it comes to, and also when it comes to his behavior. And probably, I'm sorry, when it comes to the way the way he views himself, because he's also someone that he is very self-aware. So probably if he had been feeling a bit sad, probably he came to a realization where he's like, okay, enough is enough. Like I had been feeling bad or sad or bad for myself for a long time. Like I want to move on. I want to change. I want to transform this opportunity and I want to make it better. Like he is really setting real high goals for the group and for himself. He doesn't want to feel like a victim. Actually, he's not a victim, but like I mentioned before, probably he had very high expectations that didn't come true. And now he's like, okay, I'm not going to waste any time. Probably he's going to start feeling like this the first 2 months of next year, January and February. He's going to put all his energy and power into creating something very passionate, a very passionate project, something that he's going to get the results or he's going to be able to finish real fast. So if it is a new song or if it is a new project, you will probably be hearing about this very soon, very soon, because I see also the Knight of Wands. So he's like, okay, I'm going to take the control here of this situation. He's a very passionate person. He's a very passionate person, and he's also frustrated in himself because he doesn't want to. He didn't mean to feel sad, or to feel disappointed. But this is just how emotions work, guys. We are not always linear, we are not always the same. We go through moments where we reflect on our past actions and we are like, I didn't like that much, or I didn't enjoy that much. And you also have to take into consideration that we are still in the pandemic. And they had to give up to a lot of probably they wanted to tour, they wanted to travel, they just like all the other artists, just like all the other citizens of the world. We all wanted to do so much and we couldn't. So of course the fact that here the sadness card, it could be about work and it could be about himself as a person. Here I don't see cards that talk to me actually about his personal life, because I this is why I don't even see people here. I see only him worrying about his job, about his profession. So he is a very devoted leader. This is why when I compare him to the others, it's not to say who has the better leadership style, because I don't know if you knew this, but actually there are different styles of leadership. There's not one single style. There's not one stated style that because you are a leader, you are supposed to behave like a certain way. No, each person has a different style. And I believe there are five different styles of leadership, and all of them are effective. But it has to do with the leader's temper, and it has to do with the leader's personality as well. The leader personalities gives the role its shape, So I think that definitely he's moving really fast toward reaching a goal. So I don't know if maybe he is going to be releasing something and with the group. And he's also going to start feeling a bit more confident and passionate, because I don't know, I have the feeling that he's a bit of a loner sometimes. As well, because I think that he is, I don't know why, but I feel like he spends a lot of time um, backstage, like, and I don't mean it like he's backstage literally, but like he is the one behind the curtain, like fixing and creating, being like the organizer of the music, of of how things are going to develop in a performance. He's the brain of the group. He's the mind of the group. So this is why he had all this nine of swords, because he's all the time thinking. He's thinking, and I think that all these thinkings are going to give him the opportunity to build something, to create something very passionate and very fast. Probably he felt like he was a big block when it comes to creativity, and all of a sudden this creativity is going to unblock, and it's going to be released, all this energy, because the Eight of Wands is all about fast, and it's all about fast news delivery, like you will get the news, like you will get the information will get to you really fast. So I see him like running and moving with that flow of inspiration and being like, okay, I got it, this is what we got to do, this is what we are going to do. So I see him like really excited, and I see him like finally breathing again, like I feel that yeah, I think that it has to do with this, with him actually reconnecting with inspiration. I think that there was something that he wanted, a project or something that he wanted to finish, but somehow he got a sort of blockage where he couldn't finish it, or he couldn't come up with new ideas. He couldn't finish it the way he wanted it to. It's like he kept getting ideas, but they weren't good enough. So now he's like unleashing that potential. He's unleashing that, and he's moving to finish this and finally present it and being like, okay, this is our next move. Because at least from what I can see from him, that he is the leader, the guys are really passionate and they want to make an impact. They don't want to have an average comeback. They want to have an impact. They are very competitive. They want to keep being themselves. They want to keep the energy up. And that sometimes energy is a bit it's a bit unpredictable with energy. You never know. You cannot like predict when you're going to have all the time like high energy, because sometimes you do feel low in energy, and they do need to take care of themselves and administrate their energy and passion better, so they don't run out of passion. So but I definitely, with these two cards of wands, is telling me that he's going to have a eureka moment, and this is going to lead to him feeling in control of his creation again. So he's going to start feeling like he's going to start the year like walking away from sadness, releasing sadness. Like, don't be sad anymore, let's get back to work. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful reading. So yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.